I would say that Earth was the most difficult to make because it was on such an epic scale with all the the action involved and capture the tragedy of the partition. So as far as three of the films are concerned, the actual making of Earth was the most difficult. The making of Water, when we finally did make it in Sri Lanka, was the easiest. It was the most peaceful shoot I have ever had in my life. So when I think of Water, I have to smile, because in one sense, the first Water was the most difficult and the second Water was the easiest. Staying with her nephew, and she hadn't worked for 18 years in films. And when I met her, it was so wonderful. She is one of the most deep and sincere women I have ever met, and a totally dedicated artist. She knows what it means to perform. So to work with her was very easy, because she understands that for good performances, hard work is absolutely essential, and she gave it 100%.
Deepa, of late in India, we have been facing this problem of animal welfare code vis-a-vis Menka.
Because the parrot that little Sarala has and becomes dead is actually made by the art department, so we have no problems.
And one more coincidence is that you had acted in Ravi Chopra's Baabul as the person who is attracted to a widow, and now the same Ravi Chopra is distributing a film in which also you are attracted to a widow. What difference in both the roles can you surmise?
Well, it's different. I think the actress is very honestly. Well, obviously the period it's set in is very different, and the tone of both the films are very different. One was contemporary, the other was period to some extent. So that's what made it different. And as far as I'm concerned, I got hope. Well, it's great. I mean, each director has got his own or her own charm, and I started with Pooja. I worked with Deepa. I worked with Mr. Chopra. I think directors are the hero of films, and scripts are heroes of films, and I think they're responsible for what we are on screen.
Deepa, this is for you. How much?
Live fire, so to speak, the way we did, and come out different. I feel there's truth in the words that say that, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So in that sense, I feel I've come through what I did, and I've become a person who has more resilience than I did. But I don't feel any bitterness, because I never ever felt that what had happened to Water happened to Water by all of India. I've always felt it happened because of a small factional group. So I never blame India for what had happened. India for me will always remain the country of my birth, a country that I love. And that's why it is important that Water gets released here. If it wasn't, then I wouldn't have cared, but I care very deeply.
Film, I knew about the controversy. But I think I'm a responsible Indian and also a Hindu. I felt that this film did not hurt anybody's sensibility. First of all, it's a 1938 film. What happened in 1938, though this is not a true story, but that is history. You cannot deny history. So I think anybody who is getting upset about this film is really misguided more than anything else. And I'm sure once they see the film, better sense will prevail. Well, if it doesn't, we'll cross that bridge when it happens.
Deepa, do you have
both are totally different films. I mean, treatment-wise, process-wise, and character-wise, everything is different. So as an artist, why did I handle it totally different approach, and then I don't mix up with anything.
Trilogy of films called Fire, Earth and Water. That's why it's called Water. The films were named after the elements, fire, earth and water, which nurture us and yet can destroy us. And there's already a film called Pani. Anyways.
What are you doing for the preparation for Oscars? Can you say something about what are you going to do on that day? Is John going to accompany you, or some details about that?
It's you in front, whatever your name is.
Yeah, my name is Priya.
No, it's whatever. It's water, not whatever, water.
No, I said water. I said water.
Okay, sorry, the one at the back?
I want to ask you, what are the preparations for the day of the Oscar? Is something which you can throw some light on that? And John,
Yeah.
also, are you going to accompany her to some event?
Well, yeah, I'll accompany her. And I think we've all, Deepa's wearing a mom's sari, but I'm not the official dress designer here because I've always been accused of not wearing enough clothes. So I'm wearing probably something Indian like a achkan or something, and that's John designer.
John is designing all our clothes. Actually, you know, I'm not being facetious, but every day was amazing on water because we would discover things about the characters or about the songs and about each other that were hilarious. I think Manorma's thing was probably the funniest, no? The one experience that I'll never forget was that you all are very familiar with Manorma, and she's rather well-fed. And so she had to go up, Lisa's character, Kalyani, lived on a Barsati, but she had to go up the steps to cut her hair. But Manorma, because she has no weight, couldn't climb the stairs. So we had to build a ramp that took her up there, and it was pulled by pulleys. So we had everybody in the art department pulling Manorma up, would sit on a chair and be pulled up for every shot. And when she'd sit on the chair, she'd wave to all of us as if she was the queen. That was lovely.
Deepa, did you have a chance to interact with, did you get their reaction on it?
I know none of them have seen the film, and of course I'm in contact with them. Sadly, I missed Shivana's play when it was in Toronto with Javaji. And of course, when I was going to make it, I spoke to both of them and told them, you know, what I was doing, and I had their full support, and I'm really grateful for that.
No, in fact, I like underplaying my characters, and I cannot get too loud, and that Deepa is pretty aware. Even Mr. Ravi Chopra was aware when we shot Baabul. So I think I was very much in the comfort zone with this character, and besides that, I was totally covered, so it felt good.